Hey, Resale Rabbit here. It's time for a warehouse sale. This is part 2. So we are all set up, ready to go for $10 day. Tables are all full of stuff. These tools I think will go really well. We got Squishmallows and a whole bunch of Amazon stuff. I bought this in an auction. It's brand new. It cost me $4. What else is in here? We got Walgreens stuff over here. All sorts of different stuff. Not much for Special Buy this time around. We didn't really get much, so Special Buy is going to be pretty weak this sale. Impulse area up front here. These should do well, I hope. I mean, I got them for almost nothing. We got candy over here. We've got pallets for people to dig through. I never put anything on here. I don't really have anything for it. But we do need these because this area ends up looking like a mess. We fill it with boxes towards the end of the sale. I'm sure we'll figure out stuff to put here. Maybe we'll just put regular merchandise there. Who knows? Blinds. All of this came out of a storage unit. Special Buy on the back here. We get ice melt, although it's gonna be like 60 degrees today for some reason. And oh, I forgot to, those plastic signs for that. I have to do that. Play-Doh, books, greeting cards. We got a big TV here. The box is rough, but it is brand new factory sealed inside. We plugged it in, tested it up, looks nice. No damage to the screen. Even though it's sealed, like the outside was sealed, but the box was rough. If it got hit on the front here with something, it could damage the screen, so we still wanted to open it up and test it. But we should be pretty good. I'm gonna get carts and signs out and we'll get started. I feel like it's been forever since we've done one of these sales. We used to do them 5 times a year. This year we're dropping it to 4. Got a whole bunch of these. Just because the sales haven't been doing as well and the auctions have been doing a lot better. So we're dropping it to 4, which is why we're starting our first sale so late this year, end of March. Normally, our first sale is around Valentine's Day. I'm toying with the idea of having even less sales, 2 or 3, but the thing is, we get so much Halloween stuff that we have to have a Halloween sale. And the Christmas sale, given that it's Christmas, it'd be really dumb to stop doing those because Christmas, everything sells. So if we just did 3, that means we have 2 crammed at the end of the year and only 1 the rest of the year. So I think 4 is probably going to be the number. The dock is full. It's been a while since I filled this up. From about there back is 5 storage units that I bought. And then those pallets and all of this Tim dropped off yesterday. He drove all the way here with a trailer full of stuff for us to sell for him. Because he does not live anywhere near here. But he is actually staying at our Airbnb. And technically it's not an Airbnb yet. We're still working on it. But there's beds in there. So I let him crash there. And supposedly he's bringing donuts this morning. So that's pretty sweet. We got our flyers set up here. Our next sale is going to be in June. I kind of phoned it in with this design because I was in a rush to get this sent to print so we'd have them in time. Normally we've got a whole auction shoved in here because we have an auction that runs through the sale, but we don't have to worry about that this time. We're doing an estate, so it's in the home, and that's the auction that's online. So we don't need to move anything. That's kind of nice. I forgot to print one of these. Since we lock our delivery door during the sales, we got to put this up so the post office knows to, don't just leave. The reason we have to lock the delivery doors, despite the fact there are giant letters on it that says deliveries only, main entrance on the front of the building, and an arrow pointing towards the front, people still walk in that door. It's amazing how people don't read the giant text on the door. Put a couple of crates out here the other day. Ben said no one was going to take them, but they're gone. I knew someone would have a use for them. I'm glad I didn't have to throw them in the dumpster. All right, got this sign up. Got the no parking in there sign up. Got that sign up. Got that sign up. I got to get the rest of the carts. I just spent a bunch of time untangling this extension cord only to find it's only got 1 prong. I hate morning radio so much. Just play music. We don't want to hear two middle-aged people laugh at things that I saw on Reddit 3 weeks ago. I knew I forgot something this morning. I never put cash in the cash register. Mitch clearly hasn't been working here that long. He wants us to make a sign to get the customers to stop complaining. They won't read it! So I will put these signs that nobody is going to read on the pallets. I bought something on eBay and it cost me $450. You want to see what it is? Oh, it's one set of toner cartridges for my new printer. $450. And it was cheaper on eBay than going to like the office supply store. Tim misses us so much. He spent the whole morning here. He even hopped on the register and checked out a customer. It's still, there's a few people here. It's a little steady. Not super busy, but yeah, there's people. And then I will probably take some time and do some eBay listings today. You know, the tables are kind of under control and the stuff isn't flying out. We're at 3,065 in sales here. 2 bags of candy, a lot of general merchandise, 25 lots of 4 each greeting cards. Baby wipes, Clorox wipes, one of the utility carts, both of the area rugs, which I spelt wrong apparently. $60 worth of napkins, so I made a profit there. $160 worth of the Play-Doh and a pack of paper towel. Got a lady in here who really wanted the Squishmallow of the dog from Nightmare Before Christmas. And we had a bunch this morning, but they're gone. Surprisingly, the Halloween ones are doing well. But I went through, we've got some Squishmallows back here yet that haven't gone out. None. She seemed really disappointed, so I figured I'd go the extra mile. I would dig through all of these, let's get back here, all of these Halloween pallets, because there's got to be one in here. But I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. I dug through the top of each one. Could not find one. I found this, but she wants the Squishmallow. And I found this, but she wants, like, you know, the whole set of 3. And she says she already has that one. None on top. There's probably some in there. I'm not going to dig through all those pallets, but I told her, you know, watch for the Halloween sale. And so we've got a whole bunch of pallets of Halloween from the same place that came at the same time. There's probably one in there. So it is a little after 2 o'clock. Got less than 2 hours left. And it is a mess back here. This pile needs to go out. I think that's shoes and that's auction/eBay. We'll get this stuff out. Just trying to keep tables full. And if we can do a good job of keeping tables full and neat, we can get out of here pretty early today. Every sale I lose a little bit more faith in humanity, the last little shreds that I have. Some guy thought these were $10 each. Why would these still be here if they were $10 each? And if they truly thought there's no special value, everything is $10 each, why didn't you take the TV too? I don't get it. Who ties your shoes for you in the morning? Because you sure as heck aren't doing it yourself. There's no way you had the mental capability to do that. Not possible. So as I was bringing the deck boxes back out, a customer actually kind of saw me struggling to, you know, they're bulky, to lift them and put them into place, and he helped. Very nice person. He asked me what they're selling for, and I told him the price. I says, the last 2 we've got. I chuckled. He had no idea why it's funny. It's the only 2 we have. So technically it is the last 2. All right, I got 2 more for you. These were what Mitch told me. I want to get more into filming when the guys tell me a story so you guys can see firsthand, but I'm not going to do it when we're standing up at the register. So you're going to have to get a second hand from me. First one, customer brings up 3 items, and then one of the packs of Play-Doh. It's 36, I don't know, whatever number he told me, 36 something. And the customer could not comprehend why it was that much. Well, I thought everything was $10, the customer said, and then these were $5. I don't know specifically what Mitch said. He resolved it. But that happens so often where people don't realize, you know, someone on Dollar Day will have 60 items in their cart and it'll come to like $62.30 or whatever with tax. Like, how is that possible? Well, you've got 60 items. I know, but they're $1 each, right? I will usually really dumb it down for them. A little passive aggressive, but not crazy. In the case of Mitch's, if I were up there, I would say, yeah, 10, 20, 30, and 5 plus tax makes 36, whatever the number was. Okay, so the other one, customer says, I gotta leave. And Mitch asked why, and she said, nothing in here is worth $10. You're way overpriced. And I didn't hear the conversation, but the way Mitch described it, she sounded pretty upset. So her example, aside from the fact that there's a plethora of items there that are worth well over $10, her example is this Nexus shampoo. She picked that up and said, this is not worth $10. Now, I know the brand. It's a high-dollar brand. I don't know specifically what it goes for. I figured it was probably like 18 bucks. It's a smaller bottle. Mitch looked it up on his phone, and I think he did it after she had left. And there were a whole bunch of retailers selling it, all different prices. The cheapest he could find was $13.98. So no, we are not overpriced. I used to make a lot of money during these sales. Now, but I feel like I'm sacrificing years of my life for the money in these sales. I think every single time I deal with one of those customers, the people who are well, these aren't really garbage people. These are idiots. The garbage people are the ones that come and trash the place. The idiots and the garbage people, every time I interact with one of them, I think I lose probably 24 hours from the end of my life and grow one more gray hair. That's not true. I don't have any gray hairs. I will never have gray hairs. My dad never had gray. His mustache and beard was gray. Hair, jet black. Not a gray on his head. And that's probably what I'm going to deal with. My arm's getting tired now from holding up this phone. So that's all I got for you for now. It is 20 minutes to 3. And we are at 5509. You know, I've learned that we're never going to hit the numbers, the $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 first day that we used to do. So I stopped complaining and crying over these numbers. That is what it is. I just approved my first loan. I think I mentioned it on a video, I was elected to the board of directors for my credit union this past week, and that was exciting, but I was just sent an email for I don't want to go into too many details, but a loan that required board approval, and so I got to approve it. So that's pretty awesome. So for those of you who are on the Patreon watching the daily videos, I had a sale a couple days ago. It would have been like over a week ago for you by the time this is up, but a person bought a magnifying glass and a little pewter shot glass, and what else did she buy? She bought a few items, and I said, I bet this is a viewer, because usually when someone buys a bunch of unrelated items, they're probably a viewer. And she just messaged, said everything arrived great, and she's been watching me on YouTube for over 5 years. So, Debbie, I appreciate the purchase. I wanted to shout you out here because, well, since you didn't comment, no one commented claiming to place the sale on the Patreon video. Probably not a Patreon supporter, but you'll probably see it here. So I wanted to thank you. You know what? Speaking of thanking viewers, I got a postcard from a viewer. It's still in the truck, so I want to read that or show it on a video. So maybe tomorrow. It'll still be this video though. So we are all done for the day. We finished at $62.47. We had a $10 return and $25 in the coupon that people use when they sign up for the email list, totaling $62.12. So I just went through and marked off all the stuff that's gone. And it looks like 17 items or $170 from storage units are gone. Now this isn't an exact science. Something could be over there buried or got tossed in there. It's just kind of, actually, I see Perini right here. So one thing did get tossed in there, so I'll have to take that off my list. So there'll be 16 items. There could be more in here. It doesn't really matter. The sales are counted when they go through the register regardless. This is just so I can keep track for the video, recapping the storage unit, how much I made on it. It is Friday morning, ready for another sales day. Sale day. Sales day? I don't know. Tables are reset, looking pretty. We got rid of a lot of the tools. There's more still here than I was expecting, but we did get rid of a lot of them. Over here, I don't know if we sold a single one of these. We've got so many of these. Wow, the Taylor Swift blankets are still here. The blankets and the Taylor Swift bags, I thought for sure those would be gone. These I picked up in the auction. I think I had 6 of them. So I sold 4 of them. It's 40 bucks. I want to say I spent like 25, 30 bucks for all of them. It looks like I sold at least one of these. What else? Those don't look much more empty than they were before, but I know we sold some. You know, tables cleared out a decent bit throughout the day as we kept refilling them. These were doing really well. I think we have the last of these out. Over here, mixed GM, this stuff. Looks like most of the protein powder, actually I think all of the protein powder is gone. It's a really good deal on the protein powder. Those big buckets, they're probably 50 bucks in the store. On eBay, they're like 30, and after shipping and fees, I get about 10 anyway. I might have sold a couple of these. I think I had more than that out. What else? Up here, we'll take a look at the pet food. Gross. This is still here. Looks like a lot of the pet food sold because we had a bunch down here as well. Although that could have just been moved up here because we had like coffee and stuff there. Looks pretty good. Sold down quite a bit on these. I still have some in the back that I can stock, and then of course I've got the displays over there. I don't think we sold a single hand warmer. And this shampoo over here, I don't think we sold a single one of these either, which I think is crazy. $1 for a bottle of shampoo and it's not going. We'll just auction that off if it's still left after the sale. Cards are doing well. I love how people stack them all neatly when they're going through them. But those are doing well. I think we only sold a couple of these books, so this is probably gonna be another just auction it off deal. Play-Doh will probably be gone in a couple of days. We sold, I believe this was 3 stacks high and full. So 3 full stacks high, and we're 1.5 here. So we sold the less than 1.5 because those are partial. We sold through a good bit of Play-Doh, hoping this continues to go. Someone asked if it was the little, like this box or the whole box for $5. That would have been a steal. Look how much Play-Doh you get here. Did not sell a single one of these. Those are still here. Special buy shelf here is cleared out substantially. There's barely anything on the bottom. The only thing I added, I think, were these cups, 75, marked down from 150. And then I priced this based off of the regular cups. These are compostable, so maybe they are more expensive. I don't think that makes much of a difference to our buyers, though. They just want coffee cups. Oh, I put those out, too. Major internet. We've been having so many internet issues the past few months. The live video that I just did, it cut out so many times trying to reconnect. I don't know what the deal is with the internet here lately. I finally remembered to bring the postcard in. I love getting postcards. I love sending postcards. I recently learned that there's a special stamp for postcards that's a little bit cheaper. I'm not going to buy those because I've got like 1 million free stamps that came on pallets. So the post office will just make a little bit more money. But this is from Dan from San Jose. He says, "Hey Rabbit, you've got fan mail. I'm traveling for the first time in a long while, and I was inspired by your videos to send postcards. You also inspired me to try Steak and Shake. Verdict, overrated. You can go ahead and unsubscribe now. Although, if you tried the Steak and Shake in Las Vegas, try one outside of Las Vegas. The one in Las Vegas has a very limited menu, and they're not that great. Last time I was there, they had curly fries for some reason." Anyways, he says, "By the way, some of your bad luck rubbed off on me. My room also had those high toilets and low sinks. It's an epidemic." I don't know why they're putting those in places. "Speaking of running jokes, please try to do more of the one where you rile Star Wars and Star Trek fans up in your completely deadpan style. It's my favorite. Dan from Jose." Dan, I appreciate the postcard. All right. So I just sold some Millennium Falcon bed sheets on eBay today. Actually, I shipped them out. So I love Star Wars. Is that doing it for you? All right. So I'm gonna put this up somewhere in here. But I appreciate the postcard. I'm bringing a cart of stuff out and some of these shirts, and this one is my favorite. Past your bedtime. taking a break to watch a presentation.
We're getting close to our 100-year anniversary, but we specialize in the power industry while using a particular tool. And
so we're at 3174. I really wish, I don't even know if I got a clip of me putting out, but this e-bike sold very fast, $299. I was kind of hoping this would be in the morning video tomorrow. Someone's got Play-Doh, the Play-Doh that we have on Marketplace for $15. Most likely they bought it from us and they're selling it themselves for a profit, which I have no problem with. Mitch and Tim were both trying to rile me up, you know, trying to basically get me to be upset by it, but I am all for it because then we sell more. They're paying our asking price. It would be a little annoying if it's something that we accidentally put out too cheap and, you know, once I see them reselling it, oh, we should have priced that higher. But the Play-Doh, I priced it at $5, knowing what it was worth. I wanted it gone. So I'm super pumped about that. I hope it sells well for them so they can come in and buy some more before we're done. So Mitch is on lunch, so I'm running the register. I'm the only one here right now. I just had to step outside. I'm watching the counters, but it is like summer out here. I want to live out here. So it sounds like the roof leaks are finally getting addressed. If you've been following the channel, I moved into this building about 10 years ago, but I just had the other side of this wall. About 5 years ago, I blew out that and took over 3 different suites. So I have 4 suites now because we had a second warehouse around the corner. And there were so many roof leaks. In fact, let me show you this. One of the first roof leaks we had, I taped around the puddles so we could see where it was after it all dried. And the tape is just still there. So 2 years ago, they finally decided to put a new roof on this place after me complaining over and over and over and over again. And they spent, I think he said like $750,000. They, as in the landlord, is paying for this. And they put a new roof on the entire back half of the building, which includes these 3 suites. And it was a big company that came in and did it. It wasn't, you know, just some guy pulling with a pickup truck. It was, you know, pretty big company. And over the course of a few days, they did the roof. Maybe a few weeks, I don't remember. It's been 2 years now. Since then, we've had leak after leak after leak, and I vent about it so much on this channel. And apparently, this company, this huge, multi-million-dollar company, has basically just ghosted the landlord. No contact at all. The landlord is still withholding some of the payment, but it's a small amount, you know, $20,000 or something like that. They didn't say how much. They just said it was a pretty small amount that was being withheld. So the company just isn't calling them, isn't doing anything. Terrible company. They had another company come in and do the roof over the offices. My office, as well as the front portion, part of the front portion of the building is other office suites. So the roof over all of that. It wasn't leaking or anything. It was just getting to that time. And that company then came in and looked at the roof here to at least diagnose the cause of the leaks. And there was an access panel that was just never replaced. It took them like 5 minutes to fix. And we haven't had a leak since. This was, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 3 months ago, something like that. Well, there's now a third company here that is trying to diagnose it. And I don't know what the deal is with this company, if they were hired by a law firm as a third party looking at, I don't know. But there's one thing, that theory that I've had that has fallen on deaf ears to everybody that I've told until this guy, and he's super interested in it. When they were doing the roof, so the way this roof works, it's a flat roof, so it collects a lot of water, right? There are a couple of drains like this, and this is a big, probably a 12-inch pipe on the roof, and all the water flows to that, and it goes down this drain and down into the sewer system. And when they were replacing the roof in here, I could hear what sounded like gravel going down that sewer. And ever since this roof was replaced, on the back of the building, you know, it's not quite where that is, it's a little further over, but there's just a ton of water running. It's like a waterfall off the side of the building. So I think there's basically a pool up there. I think they clogged that thing. I think they know they did, and that's why they're not coming back. And every single time I've mentioned it, everybody's, you know, whatever, that's probably not it. No, we won't worry about it. That's nothing. Now, I'm not a roofer. I don't know. I know very little about roofing. I don't know if it's normal. Maybe they were pouring gravel down there because it's supposed to have gravel down there to filter sediment out or something. I don't know. But this guy, this roofing company, was super interested in that, and he says he's gonna open the lid and look down, but he said he highly recommends getting a plumber out here to run a camera. I am so excited to hear the results of that. But that just goes to show you, just because they're the biggest and best supposedly doesn't mean they're actually the best. They may be the biggest but not the best. Also, right, you can see the roof here. One of their guys actually fell through. He didn't fall all the way through. It looks like probably just his leg fell through or something. When they were doing the roof, they actually wouldn't let us back here because of this. And this roofer today said he still is worried about going up there. They put new decking, but just over that hole and not far over, it's still pretty rusted, and there was no decking put in to replace it. So, shoddy company. It kind of, I've always been just because they're the biggest doesn't mean they're the best. Because I'm not the biggest auction company in town, but I truly feel that I'm the best in most areas. There's some places where other auction companies in the area do a better job, where they've got more of a niche towards certain things that we don't. But the biggest isn't always the best. Remember these? It's a little portable sink. It's pump action, so you fill that bottom with water, and then you pump here, and the water sprays out. It's not gonna slide on you when you got the weight of the water there. And then it goes out, drains out this hose into a bucket, another tank, or just out onto the ground. Got a little soap dispenser here. I guess you probably get to it from there. Yeah, you fill that up. Anyways, I got a bunch of these on a pallet. I don't know. Oh, this might be a towel rack. I got a bunch of these on a pallet. They're right there. And it was on an unboxing video. And I've been wanting to put them out for a while, but it takes up a lot of space to have the display and the boxes, so it just kind of went on the back burner. I finally have tags made. These are finally going out. So I was gonna wait till a lower dollar day, but this pallet is all health and beauty. So I'm gonna put a few boxes of it out. I do wanna just kind of go through it and see if there's anything for eBay. I'm pretty good at being able to pick things out for eBay with health and beauty. We've done enough Walgreens. This possibly. How many tablets are in here? 12? No. What's this? No. No. Possibly. No. I couldn't, to be honest, I couldn't even tell you what I'm looking for here. This is a no, by the way. I just moved that out of the way. I couldn't tell you what I'm looking for here. It's not necessarily things we've sold before. Ooh, no, I take this. So if I see, but I like the chewables. It's not necessarily things we've sold before, although I think we've sold this one before. I really can't explain it. That we'll look at. Now, obviously, I'm probably missing certain things. This, I just want to tape shut. Probably missing certain things doing it this way. But it's a pretty good method. Because sometimes some of these end up being like 40 bucks on eBay. All right, so these two I rejected because they're either past date or too close. But I looked them up just for fun after I already rejected them. That one's a negative. This one is going for about 17 bucks, so I probably would put it on eBay if it was in date. This is going for about 13 after shipping and fees. I'd rather just put it in the sale. However, these ones are selling on multi-packs. It's good for almost over a year and a half. So if I had 4 or 5 of these, I'd probably put them on eBay as one big lot. These two rejects, I believe the Excedrin, one of these two was halfway at like 15 on eBay. I have too much eBay stuff to list anyways, so I'm just gonna take the money in the sale. This one's 30 bucks though. It does not have an expiration though, it has a lot code, so I gotta look that up, and it was taped shut, so I have to make sure it's actually sealed inside, but for now, I'll toss it in the eBay pile. And it's, I was just gonna check how long it was good for. I have to look up. Usually you can look up what these lot codes mean. That tells you how long it should last. And this one, sometimes it will say the shelf life of it, but not the date. So the lot code will tell you the manufacturer date. All right, looking at this one. This will look up. I don't know about this one. Well, original is $12.99. What size is this? 60 tablets. So allergy pills, if they're the larger packs, can be decent as long as it's not the children's ones. So we'll look that up. Oh, no, I tried selling different. It was pulled from eBay. I think I got a 0. This we'll look up. That we'll look up. Oh, that's an allergy. I've never heard that brand. That we'll look up. There's another one of those. I don't really have space here. Oh, another one of these. If I got a bunch of them, that usually means they're expired. Fish oil is a negative. Negative. Kid stuff never sells. I pulled one of those. Alright. Now this one is, I'm gonna look it up, but unless it's like 40 or 50 bucks, I'm gonna pass because it expires in like 2 weeks. Negative. Oh, it's a spray, nasal spray, which isn't always bad. What about this? This is good for a while. This is out of date. This is same as that, expires in a couple of weeks. And this one is out of date. So this is a negative. Actually, it was originally just $7.29. And this, I already forgot what it was. I think this, oh, it was 21. But because it expires in a couple of weeks, I'm not going to bother listing. The odds of it selling in the next few days are slim. Now, I'm going to get asked this, so I'm going to clarify here. There are very few laws with expiration dates. Most expiration dates are quality dates. With food, it means it might not taste as good, or it might be a little stale, but it's not going to hurt you. It's best by this date, or guaranteed freshness again until this date. They always leave extra wiggle room in with that too. With medicines, it's strength. Like Claritin, for instance, it's an allergy tablet. It might not be as strong after it expires. Again, they build a little room, just like these right here. It says 2-ton capacity. It could probably hold 3 or 4 tons. But they want to be, they don't want to be right on the edge. But anyways, this is for if I'm going to use it. I take Claritin all the time, actually. My Claritin probably expired 6 years ago. It still works for me. I just need to take 2 tablets instead of 1. It's pretty simple. Some Advil, also very expired in my house. I usually just take a single dose, which I believe is 2 tablets, and it works fine. If I'm really bad, like if I broke a rib or something, I'd probably take more, but it's just fine. It's just not as strong. It might be 90% as strong, or 80% depending on its age. Now obviously the manufacturer, and this is not medical advice, do not follow my advice, this is what I do. I want to clarify Claritin that. So the manufacturer obviously doesn't want people doing that, so that's why they put the dates on. There's only one thing that is regulated as far as expiration dates, and that's baby formula. You cannot sell baby formula after it's expired. It has to go in the garbage. You can't even give it away. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I have given it to animal shelters before, and they'll feed it to the animals, but they seem really annoyed by it when it's past date, so even then I don't really want to do that. Everything else, there is no law saying you can't sell expired food, or you can't. There are whole businesses around, there's salvage grocery stores, they're called, where they sell short-dated and past-dated food, and that's all they do. I love shopping there. And there's one just outside of town from Green Bay here. The Corner Cupboard, if you're local in Hilbert. Anyways, I cannot sell it on eBay, though. eBay has specific policies against selling past-date items. So if it's past date, it doesn't go on eBay. Amazon is even more strict. They want it to be at least 90. It's been a long time since I sold on Amazon. Back when I sold on Amazon, it was at least 90 days or the full amount of time that the dose is. So for instance, this is a bad example. Well, there are 42 gummies. Assuming it's 1 per day, that's 42 days worth. What does it say on here? Take as needed. Well, that's not helpful. All right, let's try another one. That's not a pill. It's joint health. Okay, so directions. Take 1 capsule daily. There are 30 capsules, so this is a 30-day supply. If it was take 2 capsules daily, it would be a 15-day supply. You need to be able to get through that entire supply before it expires to sell it on Amazon, or 90 days. So obviously, 30-day supply is less than 90 days anyways. But if there's one that's, say, a 240 tablet, and it's, 1 tablet per dose, that's 240 days worth. It cannot expire for 240 days before you sell it on Amazon. So certain websites may have specific rules, but when you're just selling to the public, there are no rules. We do, make it very well known that items can be and often are short dated and past dated here to the customers, and it's up to them to decide if they want to take it. Most of what I eat is expired, and Christiana's starting to get there as I feed her more and more expired food, or just keep more and more expired food in the house. We had was it Hamburger Helper? We had something the other day that expired before we even met. So I love expired food, it's cheap. And there's of course stuff that I remember selling, like this. A line probiotic we often sell on eBay. And this one is in date till December, but it's $16.99. I just looked it up. If I had a stack of them, I would probably list it for $16.99 each on eBay. But since I just have one, the time it takes to take the pictures and make the listing, it's just not worth the hassle right now when I can probably get $7 for it, putting it on the sales floor. Because $16.99, I'm probably walking away with about 10 after shipping and fees. The extra $3, it's just not worth the time. If I had 10 of these though, I just got to make one listing, so it's worth it for the extra $30 to make the listing, if you get my drift. This is one that I really feel like I've sold before. It doesn't seem to be selling for much, so it could have just been a larger size. Osteo Biflex is one that I get a lot of that is decent. I often sell that on eBay. In fact, I think I just sold a bunch if you follow Patreon and watch the daily videos. There's another box. I'm gonna look that one up. And that. But Claritin, if you take this, buy it online, because in the store, I've gone to the store, it costs about, $1 per pill. This would be $30. On eBay, it's going for about 10. Buy it on eBay instead. I'm gonna look these up and then we'll bring this stuff out. Never mind, these look weird because they're Amazon products that just got tossed in there. Expires 2023. How the heck did we end up with that? I don't really do Amazon stuff on eBay because, I don't know, it just seems weird when it comes to Amazon medicine. If I found like a major brand, like if I got this on an Amazon pallet, I'd feel a lot more comfortable, but just unknown things, nah. I'm gonna guess 5901. Let's see, 5708. So I left to go do a bank run, and every time it gets warm, I have a problem. You see, in the wintertime, I keep my keys and my wallet in my jacket pocket. My jacket is hanging in my office, and I wouldn't dare leave without my jacket because it's like minus 12 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Except, then it gets nice out, and I don't have a jacket. And I don't want those in my pockets all day, it's too bulky, so they get set on my desk. And then I leave without them, because I'm so used to just having them with me because of a jacket. So basically what I'm trying to say is I'm glad I had my radio on me so I could radio Mitch to let me in the building, because I was locked out with, I already forgot how much cash. 3,000, something like that in cash, just walking around the building. So we're all set up for tomorrow. Tables are reset. You can see it's already dark outside. Play-Doh is getting down to it. We're down to the last 4 boxes. I pulled them up to the front. I don't like having the pallet exposed because it can be a tripping hazard. So I pulled them up to the front. When we're down to the last 2, they'll sit on the floor. When we're down to the last 1 box, I will actually stand the pallet up or get rid of it and just set it on the floor, or maybe put it up on the shelf. I do have a pallet of tire chains that will go here. You can't see the price. That will go here when this sells out. But I'm seriously considering, after this week is over, eliminating all of this, put what I can on the shelves there, and then putting merchandise, like just regular day's price merchandise up here. These two are really the only ones that are going to be performing unless the tire chains do really well. This, we've already got some up front, and this, we can figure something out. I could at least condense that box down into the others. Some of these others might be condensable, and then maybe put a smaller table there or put them up here somewhere. The cards are doing really well. Over here, I cleared off this table and put the box shoes. Box shoes typically don't do well, especially because we get weird ones like this. We get a lot of these fancy heels. In fact, that's a lower heel than what we normally get. But there are a lot of slides in here that I think, there's tennis shoes. We get a lot of this and a lot of this, and they just don't do well because no one wants them. But, so my plan was, it seemed like there were a lot of them. I was going to build a pallet and sell them, you know, $3-4 a piece wholesale. But there's not enough. I mean, this is probably about a third of what's there. It's not enough to build a pallet, so we're just going to let them run through. I could probably refill the Squishmallows, actually. A lot of Easter ones, and I would have thought those would have been doing well because Easter's right around the corner, but apparently not. What else? This was unsold in an auction. It was a consigner's. It's brand new with tags. Figured it would have sold by now, but it'll sell eventually. We sold through some more of this stuff. I made a note on my sheet on, what it all sold for. It looks like, I don't know what this is. We had a box of the little USB thing that you plug into the wall to plug your USB cord in. There was like 100 of them in that box. It must have sold today. Or maybe it just got dumped out somewhere. That's also very possible. Stuff in here. I do have a pallet of shirts. I'll show you when we go in the back. Forget I mentioned it. I started putting more candy out. This size bag is, $6.50 to $7.50 in the store. So, which is crazy. These used to be like $2. So maybe they'll sell on $6 day. Once we get down to 3, the candy, I'll probably run this whole wall of candy. It'll do really well. What else? Special buy, I added some stuff over here. I added space heater, more space heaters, these pads, this massager, there's 2 of them, and untested gas lawn tools. I don't know gas stuff, so I'm not even gonna bother testing it. $29.99. I added this about midway through the day. It is brand new inside the box, but I just put it up here. It was leaning up against that. I put these up. I showed you that already. A gaming chair. This looks like a nice one. Usually chairs only sell when they're assembled, but my drill is actually at home because I need 2 drills at home apparently. So I'm not gonna bother putting this together. Maybe it'll sell, maybe not. If it doesn't, next week or something, I'll put it together. I really wish that e-bike was here for pictures tomorrow. We did sell some of the shampoo finally. I think only a couple of bottles, but that's moved a little bit. The napkins are moving. I mean, both sides were as high as this. They were stacked down in there. No, because I was going to put a pole in there. That's why I didn't stack them in there. But both sides were as high as that. So we've sold some. I put the last of the cups out. This was about halfway down. The front one was also about halfway down. A lot of tools that I'm honestly shocked are still here. Like this saw set, this clamp set, these. Why are these still here? I would have thought, I sold one of those today when I was at the register, so obviously they're moving. I wonder if I could use this. It's like grip tape, high-vis grip tape. What is it? Oh, wire nuts. I don't know if that's worth it. That's probably about $5 in the store. Found a trailer jack, but it's missing some parts. Maybe someone will buy it. Right here is exactly where the Swifty mug should go. With the tools, let's move that. We'll move that up here and put it right there. So that's basically where we're at so far. I'm going to head home. Like, why is this still here? Pneumatic caulking gun. I'm good. You know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put this in the auction. It's worth more than $6. Although knowing my luck, it'll sell for $4 in the auction. This is the shelf of stuff that's got to go in an auction. As we found stuff going through, it just kind of got put up here. So, I'll show you the back. So tomorrow, Everything we have pre-sorted out of the Amazon pallets is out. In fact, today we were digging through pallets to put stuff out. Here's one. This one is done. In here, this is such a mess in here. I believe all of these are mostly done. I think he still needs to go through these two, but I mean, you can see we're mostly through them. These are all done, and by done, I mean anything that would be worth putting out at this point is out. It's all lower dollar stuff, so what we'll do at the end of the sale is just put a row of these out and let people dig. These are all those controllers. I'm not going to put any more of the controllers out because a video game shop offered me $7 each, so I'm not going to sell them on $6 a day. There are a few already out. I'm not going to pull them, but that should be done. And then all of those are done. This little pile is all we have of stuff that can go out. That's shoes. This is auction or eBay, stuff that we don't want in the sale. I suppose we could probably put some of this out tomorrow too. I feel like some of these are worth the money for, what is tomorrow, 6? But we've got a pallet of $5 day stuff, so that we can start putting out on 6. That's something we usually do. Here are the tire chains that I've mentioned. Under the heaters, these are all tire chains. We've got these shirts. A lot of them, the print is poor quality or they're bootlegs. I think it's stuff that merch by Amazon stuff that they rejected prior to shipment. But I think people like some of this stuff. So, you know, we've got this pallet. We've got another one back there full. A lot of these on this load. We will just drop these pallets and let people dig. We need to go through this stuff. This is just the stuff Ben didn't want thrown out into a pallet because it might leak or break or something like that. That's all the candy. We've got grocery. That's going to be $3 a day. We've got a couple of pallets of the lower dollar days back there. I don't know what that pallet is. It looks like Walgreens stuff. I don't know. It does not look like Walgreens stuff. So this might just be stuff that he sorted for a lower dollar day. It is in the $3 row, but we haven't been super strict on using those. So that's kind of where we're at. This is all trash, broken stuff, 2024 calendars. This is a really cool chandelier. I'm gonna special buy this. I'm gonna have to look up what it retails for. I still need to test that so I can add that to the special buy. That's all candy corn. So probably just gonna go in the dumpster. Christmas palette. And then, oh, this is $5 stuff back here too. These are individually retail packaged inside, so we'll take them out, and then other odds and ends in here. So we should be pretty good. Tomorrow's Saturday. Weather's gonna be nice. Again, don't know if that's gonna help or hurt us, but it's Saturday. Saturdays are usually pretty busy. So I think we'll do all right tomorrow, but we're gonna clear a lot of inventory out. Tomorrow, I think, is our best shot at having a $10,000 day. We haven't had a $10,000 day in a few years. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, maybe $3 day, because we'll have all that grocery out there, and that's when we'll just start dropping pallets out there. So that has another decent potential of doing 10, but decent potential, all things considered. I don't think we're gonna do 10 either of those days, but it's the closest I think will come. We're at about 12 so far total. Remember when I used to do that, like the first half of the first day? It is Saturday morning. I would like to go back to bed, but we've got $6 day to do. I heard a familiar voice. That was one of my cranes flying by. If you've been following the channel, there's a little family of cranes. They're like 5 feet tall. They're big birds that live in there. And they've tried to come in the building before. They walk around here. It's so cool. I heard him calling my name up there, and I looked up, and I couldn't pull out my camera in time, but he flew overhead. They're back for like a 5th straight year. So I'm doing some eBay here. I've got a bunch of stuff. Some of it's the Mary Kay stuff that came out of a storage unit that you haven't seen a video on yet. So first I listed 11 of these Apple CarPlay things. They are factory sealed and they're in a shipping box. So all I gotta do is slap a label on it. And I saved the empty box for this one. This also came on an Amazon pallet. Some water inlet. It's an appliance part. They're magnetic door locks. They're listed for 80, no sold. I'm gonna list them really cheap to get rid of them because they're not gonna sell elsewhere. This came on the recent Amazon pallets, listed for 40. This switch listed for $29.99. Keep an eye out for this Garden of Life brand. They can get pretty pricey. Trying to find a place to tuck this away. I think right here. Listing these for 30 bucks each. 25 each on these. They came on Amazon pallets. This is a pretty common known brand to look out for, La Crusette. They normally do like enameled cast iron pans, but they also do kitchen gadgets. High dollar brand. This wine opener is worth about 80. Unfortunately, you can see the box got wet or had something spill on it. So I listed it for 30, and I said it's guaranteed functional because you never know. There could be some corrosion in here. I'm not going to open the box because then it's a used item. So I said it's guaranteed functional. However, you may need to wipe it down and obviously clear pictures of the water damaged box and describe that. I feel like someone will buy it for 30, given that it's worth 80. I sold something in similar condition, I don't know, within the last few months. I think it was like a smart coffee mug, the ones that like the mug is actually heated and you plug it in or whatever. I got it at Goodwill, similar, factory sealed in the plastic, but the box got wet. I discounted it, accordingly, and it sold, and buyer didn't have an issue with it. So of all the Mary Kay stuff, none of this is worth anything on eBay. It's going out in the sale. These are, I believe, 20, 30, and 40. So these are going on eBay. I'm not likely going to be able to keep track of what they sold for in the sale for the purposes of the storage unit video. And it's another spoiler for that storage unit. But MLM type stuff I always like to look up because sometimes it can be pretty decent. There was, when I was a kid, I used the Avon Derek Jeter cologne. And when they stopped making it, I ended up finding a bottle that was unopened years later, and I think I sold it and there's probably like a $20 cologne. I sold it on eBay for like 200 bucks. So sometimes if it's discontinued and people like it, it can go for a lot. What those originally retail for, I don't know. The ones that I just listed, maybe they're inflated, maybe that's just what they cost, but they should do well. So I have a story. I gotta come and sit down for this because it's gonna be a minute. I often talk about like the annoying things with the customers, but there are always like really good things with customers too. This radio's digging in me. So anyways, lady walks up to me. She comes to every sale, 2 or 3 times. She's big into coffee. Anytime we have coffee, a lot of coffee, that's the day she's here. I think it must have been the Christmas sale. I feel like it was the one before that, though. I think it was one before that. We had these tables. They were glass top tables. They had an outrageously high price, like $700, $1,000, something like that. And I got them cheap. I think I paid $75 for the pallet. It was in the Atlanta auction. And, she was kind of waffling back and forth about the tables. And, I was showing them to her. And I told her, they're like $1,000. They're really expensive tables. And she ultimately decided to buy 4 of them. She walks up to me today and says that she ended up giving one to her son and his girlfriend for Christmas. And they loved it. And they asked if they can get another one. And so she said, yeah, come on down. I've got an extra one. And so now they have, her and her son both have 2 of them. But she then told them the retail price and take good care of it. And they were super excited. But anyways, she said her son's girlfriend, they've been together for years. They have a kid together. She's always quiet with her. And she doesn't know if the girlfriend likes her and, how she doesn't really, react much to things. But she told me when they opened the table, her eyes just lit up and she was super talkative and excited, thought it was really cool, really neat table. And this is before they even knew what they were worth. So she said that made my Christmas. And I love hearing stories like that.
Lucky brand slippers.
Ooh, do we have 40,000 of them?
Nope, just one.
Oh.
Give people a good deal. There's $50 on there.
Wow. You understand the reference, right?
What's that?
40,000 of them?
No.
The Lucky brand keychains that we had 40,000?
Yeah, no, that was horrible. I wish we had 40,000 of these.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, she also makes and sells jewelry, so she was asking my advice on where to sell it. And I know a lot of the businesses around town, not necessarily personally know them, but I'm aware of them. So I gave her a few tips on that too. But it makes my day when a customer tells me that I made their day. Everybody's day was made. Listed this tub shower combo, another one where the box got wet, but this is designed to be wet. It's a shower, so that should do well. And lastly, listed this DVD set. I got this at an estate sale in Georgia for $4.50, and then had to ship it back to me along with some other stuff. I listed it for $79.99, I believe. I say lastly, I'm not going to show you every single item on my list because then this video, it's probably already going to be really long. Makes it even longer. So I'll let you know if I have anything exceptionally cool or valuable, but I'm going to keep listing because it's a little slower. Let's check on sales. So it is 10 o'clock, 9:52. So we're almost 2 hours into the day, and we've got a total of 946. So not great. 8 candies, 13 of the greeting cards, a couple of Clorox wipes. Finally sold a bucket of the ice melt, a space heater, that lifetime folding table. I guess now you can see what we're looking at. The book, we sold 8 of those, 10 of the cups and napkins, and 8 of the Play-Dohs. So I paid $350 for that pallet of Play-Doh. I bought another pallet for $225, but I think it was a little smaller. So $350, I'm already at $430. We'll probably finish maybe around $500 total. So it's not a home run purchase, but it's a solid profit. I'm sure it draws a lot of people in the door. So both pallets combined, I spent $575. Oh, there's a 10% buyer's fee. So I spent $632 for both pallets combined. This was in the Christmas sale. We did $554 worth. So that almost pays for it. Leaves me with $78. And then the roughly $500 that I anticipate selling in this sale, we're already almost there, will be almost all profit. Also, a friend of mine who goes to that auction, I'm really salty about this. She goes to that auction, pretty much every week. She got a pallet of that Play-Doh for $25. People weren't paying attention. I think she said 25. It was 2 digits. It was outrageously cheap. Well, this didn't last long. Fixed again. The garbage people are here. People are garbage. Mitch and Ben have both asked me multiple times if I'm okay today. Apparently, I seem a little stressed. I think today's the day I'm going to snap at someone. There are pictures on the boxes of shoes. I get you want to see what they look like. You maybe want to try them on. Great. Fine. I don't care. Put them back when you're done. Or this grill tool. It's like a tool belt. You put your grill tools in when you're grilling. Beautiful color photos of what it is. It is a retail box. I have had to put that thing back in the box 8 times today. That's an estimate. I haven't been counting, but it's a bunch. You're not getting any more information by taking it out of the box. It is brand new. It's not a return. It's not something that could be damaged. It is brand new. So it's not like they open it up to say, okay, let me just make sure it's not damaged or anything. And they open up, oh, this is damaged. I don't want it. It's not damaged. It's brand new. So if you're not going to buy it, if it's brand new, perfect condition, why even take it out of the box? Why look at it? I put multiple layers of tape over it. Nobody's opening it again. And if I see it open again, I'm throwing it away. I don't care. I'm going to snap at someone today. I can feel it. I'm going to snap at someone today. I swear I just saw someone throw something across the room. It was out the corner of my eye, so I'm not going to go confront them because I may have been seeing things. Resale Rabbit's a scumbag for calling his customers garbage. They're coming in and paying for stuff. Why would he call them that? I don't care. If they're bringing me a $1,000 check and giving me a back massage, if they're trashing this place, I don't want them here. They can leave. They don't need to be here. And anybody who thinks that those people should be allowed here and that I'm wrong for calling them garbage, please give me your address. I will give you $100 if you let me go in and just trash the place. I'll give you $1,000 if you let me go in and trash the place. Please, please, please do. Because I mean, clearly you're okay with it if you're making money. Play-Doh's sold out, so we're doing these tire chains, 90 retail. And this one's, well, that one says 75. The one that I pull out said 107. Either way, we're selling for 20 each. So, little message for people who are thinking about signing up for my Patreon. If you have an iPhone, do not sign up with the iPhone app. Apple charges an extra 30% to you every single month, which can get expensive. And I don't see any of that. That's just Apple being Apple. They make great hardware. I love the iPhone. Their company is trash. Anyways, if you have an iPhone and want to sign up for Patreon, go to a web browser, either on your computer or on your phone, and sign up there. You can still access everything on Patreon through the iPhone app as long as you make, when you sign up for my Patreon through a web browser. And obviously this doesn't apply to Android users. Just wanted to put that out there. Finished today at 5,200 with 30 bags of candy, 680 GM, 70 of the 4 packs of cards, 21 wipes. We sold 2 of the ice melts, the gaming chair, a space heater, 3 of the packs of hot hands. I think those are the first ones of those that sold. 2 deck boxes, a folding table, 13 of the book. Sold the foodie, 49 of the Packers cups and napkins, 4 pair of work gloves. Sold 1 of the massagers for 40, the last of the Play-Doh, 1 of the mini fridges, and 7 shampoos. And my estimate was low. We're at 515 of the Play-Doh. We sold 103 of them in the first couple of days. Man, it smells like vodka back here. So the palette of the alcoholic candy, we are condensing it down. Well, putting it in the Gaylords. I can't sell it, but there is an auction company nearby-ish that is willing to sell it. And obviously, they know it's alcohol. They're willing to take the risk. So, I'm not breaking any laws by letting them sell it. So maybe I get crazy money. I mean, these are 20 or 30 bucks each in the store. So, 1,000 of them on each pallet, roughly. That's a lot of value here. That's crazy. I spent 75 bucks on the pallet, and I obviously haven't sold any because I can't sell any. But I gave a whole bunch of them away to family members and friends. But now I'll get this pallet out of here. Those would have been fantastic if they were non-alcoholic. I think they would have done really well. So I'm condensing stuff, making it look nice for tomorrow. I'm here by myself tonight because Mitch had to leave early today, and Ben doesn't stay late. So the plan is to take these 2 tables down, and we'll put 2 pallets here, those shirts. And then I'll condense all this stuff down and see how much stuff I need to bring out. There is some stuff that needs to go out for tomorrow. This was from a video, an auction that we did. I found it in a bathroom that someone left behind, and it was new, so I grabbed it. At least one viewer said sometimes these, if they're out of print, the design, they can go for decent money. This one's actually selling on eBay for about 18 bucks, but once you ship it and everything, I'd rather just get the 5 bucks for it here. All right. Oh, I was gonna say I just finished organizing. I forgot I gotta finish cleaning these tables off. But pretty much everything else is done. I created a big mess on the floor, but I also created a little window here, a large area here, little one here, decent sized one there, and one here. What this tells me is we could have made more money today if we would have had this filled in more. Of course, we were short-staffed the last couple hours of the day. So we'll keep filling it in now. I am going to clear off the floor next. As I do this, when we're closed at least, I just throw all the trash on the floor because I'm going to go through with the dust mop and sweep the whole floor anyway, so I can do that all at once. So I never found the thing for this. So it must have sold and just not had these. It was a toilet bowl cleaner. I wonder how many were actually in it. I think instead of throwing these away, I'm gonna set them aside in case they come in tomorrow and complain that it had none of the attachments or none of the little pumice stones. And we can say, they're right there. Here's the thing to think about. When doing weights, I never set them like that. It would actually look the nicest like this. Now, I do make sure, see how I'm at the end of the table? I try to put it over the legs. I don't want to put a ton of weight in the middle of the tables. This one won't be that big of a deal, or this one, or that one. Do I have any tables? Not this one. Here's one. Here's a couple that I can show as an example. I don't want to put a lot of weight on here because this is a hinge point and it's most likely to fail. It's not just going to collapse, but it will bow over time and eventually collapse, especially because as people dig, they're going to put their weight on the table. So I try to put, if I've got heavy stuff, over the legs. This is also like if I have gallons of bleach or laundry detergent or something. But anyways, why do I put them this way? Or don't put them this way? Why do I put them this way? They roll. Now imagine if that fell on someone's foot. That would have hurt a lot. Now obviously I had it like this, but you can see it going. If they're like this, it doesn't need to go very far before it can fall on your foot. So I will put them like this. And I try to put them in the table a little bit so they're not on the edge. So I'm always thinking about things like that, how someone can get hurt, how product or fixtures can get damaged, and try to avoid it. And that 10 is upside down. Not that it matters that much, but now it's better. Also, there's only 3 of them. We had 4. That means somebody bought just 1. I feel like with those kind of weights, usually you want 2, 1 for each hand. It seems odd that someone would buy just 1. However, I'm not too upset about it. Normally it would make it tougher to sell, but we actually got an odd number of them. So this one will go out and we'll have an even number again. Odd numbers on weights really do make a difference. Now, if we set a price on it, if we said $6 on these, if we were a traditional store and it was just going to be $6, it would a single one would eventually sell. We sold one today. But it would take longer because a lot of people might want a set. They don't want just 2 mismatched 10-pounders. And since the price drops every day, that means taking longer to sell means selling for less. All right, so that table's replaced with the shirts. We're going to have some like this. This is not going to sell. Maybe on dollar day, someone will buy this and use it as just like a painting shirt or something. But then you've got some funny ones like this. You got some like Def Leppard, some of the classics. What is this? I paused my game for Thanksgiving. What is this? I don't know if that's a brand or if that's just somebody's picture. Some of these are just people's pictures. There are some vulgar ones, which are buried in here. I couldn't tell you what any of them, or I'm not going to tell you what any of them are. All of these licensed ones, I'm sure probably aren't licensed. I think this is merch by Amazon stuff. Class of 2035. Interesting. So I think there's enough funny or cool ones where they'll sell. Just because I'm awake doesn't mean I'm ready to do things. And a random corset. Sometimes these can be expensive. No barcode? Probably not. In my defense, I was unsupervised. So I think there's enough of these that are sellable, that they'll go, that it'll be worth taking down the table to put this up. Also, we don't have a ton of stuff for $5 day. There's some, but I think tables will clear out a little bit, so it's 2 less tables we need to keep maintained. We will have a ton for $3 day. My plan is during the break, all this comes down and we just fill it with all of the Amazon pallets and let people dig. And that will probably all be candy. Maybe we stuff we got a lot of grocery too, so maybe we'll make this all grocery and then one run here candy. I'm not sure. We'll figure something out. I do want to do more than just 1 table of candy though once we get down to $3 day. And I filled this area, a bunch of liquids. We got a lot of this, not a lot, but maybe 15 of these bottles of degreaser left from the last sale. Kleenex, this stuff, I would have thought $3 was an okay deal, not an amazing deal, but it flew out the door when we had it for $3 last time, so I held the rest back. We're trying $5, and then we got these. This was a single package, but they're retail packaged inside, and I think they'll all sell for $5. So that'd be $25 right there. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll never understand why people can be so trashy that they just feel it's other people's responsibility to clean up after them. Explain that to me. It's the same thing with people who pull stuff out of packages and just leave it on the table and don't put it back in the package. It's just selfish. I will never understand that mentality. Even when I was a kid and I was not a good person, I still didn't expect other people to clean up after me. I may have done things that got me in a lot of trouble, but I still put the carts back. When I changed my mind on something in the store, I put it back where it belongs. I didn't just leave it on whatever aisle I happen to be in. I don't understand. This might be the only Mary Kay thing left. I put, 4, 5, 6 items out. I don't see any more now. It's possible some ended up in here. I don't really care enough to dig through and look for it. There was also this bag of bags. It's a bunch of plastic bags here. I don't know, maybe someone will buy it. It's better than throwing it in the trash. I bet by the end of the day tomorrow we find some of these open, despite that it shows what it is. I think it might be a mystery item. People are going to tear them open because people are garbage. But Rabbit, they're spending money. You can't treat them like that. They're costing me money too, because when they open these little mystery things, they usually don't sell afterwards and get thrown in the trash. So if they spend $10 but open 4 or 5 packages, I could end up making 10 but losing 20. And even if they don't get thrown in the garbage, they might sit until bag day now at best, just because no one wants it. It's no longer a mystery. All right, I think we are finally ready. I filled this area with like home improvement. While I was doing it, I was kind of sorting back by theme, because as we go, we kind of mix random stuff together. We're filled in here. Toys, all filled in. I put the toothpaste out because I think this one's like $6 in the store. So some of these might be a good deal at $5. Hairbrushes, fancy shirts. This is just kind of mixed GM. All filled in here. This looks cod liver oil. Doesn't that sound appetizing? Over here, we're all filled in nicely. I put some more of these out. This will be the last day we sell them like this. I'll probably break some apart on $3 a day and try and sell them individually. Oh, and then these, I might actually have these listed on eBay and no sales on them. I should probably double check. Didn't pull the listing, but we're selling those in a 2-pack. We've got random odds and ends throughout here. We are all set. I wanted to condense these 2 pallets together into one and bring out another pallet of fresh inventory out here, but I just don't have time tonight. It's after 8 p.m. I'm starving. All I had to eat today was half a sandwich and a whole bunch of candy. I've been working for 15 hours now, and I need to be up. I mean, we open in 12 hours, so that means I need to be up in, hold on, math, about 8-9 hours I need to be up. And it's not like I'm going right to bed. I have to eat something. I have to shower. I want to spend a little bit of time with Christiana tonight. Half an hour on the couch watching the 25,241 reels that she sent me today. I like watching them with her. That way I can actually comment on them, because it's hard to comment when you have a list 40 pages long full of reels, and then I would just have a bunch of random string of comments. And I feel like she would appreciate more if I comment on them. I mean, I don't saying something about every single one, but there's a pretty good amount where I'll have some stupid joke or comment, or some of them ask questions. Which apple represents your partner? And I will tell her which apple represents her. And depending on how I'm feeling, it might be the one with the worm in it. Or, depending on how I'm feeling, it might be the really good ones that I can never remember the name. Delco crab, those are the good ones. She could be the one with the worm in it, or she could be the Delco crabs. It really depends on how nice she is to me. Lately in the morning, when she's kicking me out of bed because she doesn't like when my alarm goes off, and I hit snooze 5 times, so she throws me out of bed, she's the apple with the worm in it. Where was I going with this? I promise I wasn't making this comment to just complain about her. Oh, spending time with her tonight. So realistically, I'm going to get like 4 to 6 hours of sleep tonight, and I'll be back at it again tomorrow for a long day. This is why, for all the people who complain that the owners of businesses take too much money and they're screwing over their employees and employees should get more, this is why. because the employees are not here this late. This is one of the benefits of being the owner of a business. You get to do this stuff. You get to use a spork to get a dead mouse carcass out of the water reservoir, like condensate water from the back bottom of the refrigerator 2 hours after you just had surgery and you're technically supposed to have the day off. That's a true story. The back of the refrigerator where the condensation goes and it's supposed to evaporate out. If you don't know, pretty much every refrigerator has a little cup full of water in the back that evaporates. A mouse got into it once, and it was my day off. It was my week off because I had just had surgery. And I came in, I think I had to pick something up, and they notified me that the break room smelled really bad. And they found a mouse, and it was behind the condenser, so I couldn't get to it. So I had to like poke it with a spork to get the thing out. I had just had surgery. It was supposed to be my week off to recover. That's what it's like being a business owner. And that's why business owners should get paid more than employees, among many other reasons. Again, that's another rant. I need to go home. I need to stop at like Taco Bell or something and then go home. I'm starving. That could be part of the problem. It was a long, stressful day. Tomorrow's not going to be much better. I'm going to be so tired tomorrow. But then, Monday and Tuesday I will have off. From here, I've got a whole bunch of construction projects that I need to get done because we're on a very tight time schedule before the NFL draft. These need to be done. So Monday and Tuesday I'll be working very long days. Why do I do this to myself? At least after Monday and Tuesday I can take a break. No, I got 5 more days of warehouse. So, well, at least then I can, got an estate auction pickup out of town. But then I can take a break. Then I need to drive to Omaha on no sleep to speak at a conference. But then, maybe then I can take a break. No, because the draft is coming very quick. I don't think I will have a break for the foreseeable future. Why do I do this again? Remember how it was just 60 degrees? I got here, rolled in right at 7 o'clock. So I just did the morning video at 7:20 now. It is still snowing outside. It's just very lightly though. We're probably gonna keep this door closed today. I need to bring carts and signs out yet, and maybe this will help boost sales on this or the ice melt. People realizing that winter isn't over yet. We still got another month and a half of winter. This bale is gonna look so weird. The bottom half is gonna be all peach. Very slow start this morning, but that's always been typical with Sundays. Even when we were doing really, $80,000 per sale, Sundays have had slow starts. But I'm making a sticker, a custom special sticker for Planes to Profits that I'm only going to be giving out to people there. And I'm thinking this is going to be the final design. I will be giving this to everybody who attends. I'll probably have some left over. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I'm just waiting to find out how many people are attending before I place the order. So I just listed all these yearbooks on eBay. These are from all over the country. It's California, Texas, Georgia, Michigan, Indiana, and Wisconsin. Well, that's 23 yearbooks listed. Hopefully they start selling. Yearbooks have definitely slowed down a lot lately. I used to sell, a third of them within a week of listing, and then, they'd trickle through. Some would sit for a couple of years, but they sold pretty well before. They've kind of slowed a lot, but they're all over the place. They're as far back as the 50s, as recent as 2012, I think. I guess we should check on sales. The first hour, I think we did like $108. It was not good. But again, it's Sunday. It's steady in there. I don't think we're gonna hit, I'm trying to do at least 5,000 a day. I don't think we're gonna hit that today. But I did see those portable sinks, which I'm pretty sure I showed you. Yeah, because I remember when I pulled them out, I mentioned that I unboxed them on a video. There are 3 missing, so we must have sold 3 unless they're in someone's cart. So it's 10:45, so we're almost 3 hours in. Now it's 10:46, and we're at $2,000. 22 bags of candy, a bunch of GM, 20 of the lots of greeting cards, 8 of the Clorox wipes, 6 of the hot hands, 6 2-packs that is, 4 of the books, 20 of the cups and napkins, 3 work gloves. Oh, we sold the pet vacuum, $50. That came on one of the Amazon pallets that just came in. Yep, 3 of the portable wash sinks and 6 shampoos. So I went and looked back on the video about 6 months ago to find out what I paid for the pallet with the sinks and what else was on it. All right, next, we got this one. I paid $250 for this pallet. We got some sort of sink base in here. It's plastic. I'm not sure what it's for, if it's like to be built into a porta potty. And this, so we've got another sink basin here. Sink basin, we've got the faucet, which I pulled out a little bit. There. Faucet, soap dispenser. Oh, this probably has like a roll of paper on it, maybe. Probably hangs off like this for paper towel. And then it drains into this. And actually, I think that's a foot pump. Yeah. This thing is a foot pump to pump water. So maybe there's 2 containers in here. One's water and, oh no, here's your drain right here. So you fill this up with clean water. You step on here to pump it out through that. You can wash your hands. And it drains here and you can run this into a bucket or something. Here's another box of framing nails. And the nails are why I bought it, because nails are expensive. And then 3 more boxes of the roofing nails. Now additionally, we've got 2 vanities. It's really tough to say. This is a laundry sink cabinet. This is a vanity. 8 of these sinks at $50 each is another $400. I'm pretty sure I sold the 2 vanities for $50 each, so there's 100. The nails, I couldn't tell you what I got for them. Maybe 200, 300 bucks. The boxes were in really rough shape. My roofing buddy didn't want them, so we just auctioned them off. But 150 bucks for the sinks so far. Yeah, making a little money on that pallet. Just had to hang on to it for like 6 months. I also just learned how to screen capture on the computer, so expect to see more videos like that in the future. Well, that was easy. I bought a margarita machine at the auction ages ago. I don't know what I paid, 150, 200 bucks. It's this thing. And I had it listed for 1,100 on Marketplace. It's been like 6-8 months. Somebody saw it and literally just showed up to the sale. They must have saw the post for the sale and he gave me 800 bucks for it. I'm bidding on another storage unit. This one has a camper. These are the pictures. Don't know if there's anything in the camper, if there's anything else in the storage unit. Don't know if it runs. This is probably open. It looks like it's on a battery tender. So that doesn't really tell us much. But it's in a storage unit. They're paying to store it in a unit, so it must run. I don't know. And then it says RV, battery charger, and extension cord. So no clue what else is in here. I put $1,000 max, and I'm honestly surprised I'm still winning it. So we've still got an hour left, but I'm starting to pull the special buy that's on the back wall so we can get ready to put pallets there. We have a mountain. Ben's kid is working today, and that was the genius decision. Ben said fill up the dump bin and put them next to the Squishmallows. The dump bin was filled and brought out there and then emptied on the table, and there's a mountain of them. I can't even be upset. That's hilarious. Ben was on his lunch and he comes in and says, "Where are all the pads? Did we sell them all?" I said, they're up front. Or I think I said, ask your kid. And he said, "What do you mean? Weren't they put up front?" And I said, "Why don't you go look for yourself?" It's hilarious. It takes up both tables. So I put 2 of these buckets on the Toys R Us shelves and a box of these on the Toys R Us shelves and pulled the rest. Plan for Wednesday, we've got 5 of these pallets. I'm gonna cut them down so they're at about that height, level with the product, and we're gonna put them where all that special buy stuff was. So this wall is pretty cleared out now. I don't know where I'm gonna put those, but I moved the cards here, books, ice melt, a shampoo. Those will fit on a shelf, but I won't be able to put the display there. Maybe I'll just kind of tuck the display here and put them down here. All right, and we are closed for 2 days. So what I usually like to do is the Sunday just leave as soon as we close. And then my body, it's very loud. My body just shuts down on the 2 days off. I never get done as much as I want to here. So I want to try and get a big head start today. Me and Mitch are going to work on resetting tables as much as we can tonight.
So I don't know where John went. Ben, do you know where John went?
No.
Well, maybe I can try to find him somewhere here on the sales floor. Is he over here? Nope. Is he over here? Nope. What about right here?
Help me! They've taken over! So we started putting the grocery out. These pictures are gonna look so good for $3 day. I'm gonna try and get this all done today so I can do some kind of promo shots for it. Because the weather is gonna be bad Wednesday. I want people to come out. But that was maybe a third of the pallet. I've got 3. And then I started putting these up here. We cut them down so they're easier to get into. That, and just hit it with another one. I'll straighten that out. I still gotta get these chairs out of here. And then we're gonna run these tables all the way down. Mitch is straightening up these tables, the mess of stuff, to make them look a little more neat and organized. I was so close to bringing this home to try. Chicken and apple looked really good. I was looking back here, it has the chicken in it. It's not like, here's just the mix and you add the chicken. I was so excited until I realized, oh, this is dog food. All right, well, this looks pretty nice. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me tomorrow. I gotta finish filling that in. Some stuff on the tables. We got the pallets over here. I should have this ready by the end of tomorrow, no problem. So it's Monday. I got 2 pallets coming. Facebook Marketplace buy. So the guy showed up in a U-Haul and I spent $3,500 for all of this. The bottom here is all cosmetics, snail stuff, things like that. The top is all pet stuff. Then he gave me a couple boxes that was just, random mismatched stuff. But I paid basically $2,000 for all the cosmetics and $1,500 for all the pet stuff. The cosmetics he had on Marketplace for like $4,000, and I basically told him, I'm interested, but it's not going to be as much. And the other thing is he's 3 hours away, so I'd have to go down there and get it. He's like, oh, I can bring it to you. I said, I'm in Green Bay. Are you okay with that? He said, yeah, I really don't mind. So he brought it straight up here, rented a U-Haul trailer, and hauled it all up here. So it tells me maybe I could have got it cheaper, but whatever. I think it'll be good. The cosmetics should be around 80 cents per piece, 70 cents per piece. There's a lot of nail polish, though. That nail polish doesn't move that well. But like the fake nails and the makeup brushes and stuff like that should do well. And then the pet stuff came out to just a little over $1 a piece. There were 1,247 pieces, if I remember right, and I paid $1,500. So, but there's stuff in there that I think will sell on $10 day. So like here we got slow feeders. I'm probably gonna save these for the next sale. These brushes, I bet I could get $10 a piece for these brushes. Maybe 6, 7 for the slow feeders. I just bought a couple of slow feeders 6 months ago, and I think I spent like $13 each. But that was at a local pet store. It was probably higher quality than the Amazon special, but so some of this we'll hang on to, some of it, let's see what's in here. Some of it will sell now. So we've got like puppy pads, dog harnesses. What are these? More harnesses. Waterproof raincoats. So like these we'll put out for $3. What's in here? Dog bowl maybe? Yep, ceramic bowl. This will definitely be a $10 item. So my thought is everything that's going to go out for $3, $2, and $1 we'll put out in this sale. Everything for above that we'll save for the next sale. This sale, my hope is to make a little bit of a profit, turn my $1,500 into maybe $2,000, and then I'll have another $1,000 worth of stuff for free for the next sale. The cosmetics, we may run all of this through this sale. It just depends how much, what's here, how much is out there towards the end, but we'll see. This was a guy who was buying Amazon pallets, and he said he's basically selling them at cost, which I don't know. If these were just like mystery boxes and they ended up being all pet stuff, he really overpaid. But, well, maybe not. What does that come out to? Yeah, that comes out to $71 a box. So if that's truly what he paid, sometimes people will say, oh, I'm selling it at cost just to try and make the buyer feel like they're getting a deal and close the sale. But if he's truly selling it at cost, that means he overpaid. Now, if it was just a manifested load that happens to be in there, yeah, maybe he did all right. I mean, I'm willing to buy it at that price. So, but anyways, I had a thought that I was going to dig into. Oh, so he was going to start a Shopify store and sell it there, which is the wrong way to do this business, because nobody's going to go to your store when they can go elsewhere to buy stuff, unless you either have so much volume that, and there are a couple out there that you can have a liquidation website, but it's, you know, hundreds of thousands of SKUs available. So if there's something you want, it's probably there. Or you have specialty products like pet supplies. You start a pet liquidation website. But again, you've got a lot, anything that someone would need pet-wise is available, and enough volume where it's not like onesie twosies. He said he works third shift, doesn't have time for it. He wasn't really making much, so he just wants to get rid of it all. So that is how it came to me. And so this will go out. I need to make room for a lot of stuff here. So I decided to cut off the grocery here rather than running it straight down. I've still got a pallet plus this left. It's gonna sell fast enough where we can restock it throughout the day, I'm sure. And then the rest of the way down is gonna be the candy, which will then clear out this table. I'll move this up there and add more. And then here we're going to fill with all of the cosmetics. Now we also have the pet supplies, which I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I can condense this table down a little bit. Look at all this extra space back here. But I've got pet supplies. I've got a pallet of HBA like this that I would like to get a lot of it out, because I don't want to be moving at, you know, $1 and $2 a day. And the HBA can't wait because it's, you know, date sensitive. A lot of it will be long expired by the next sale. And then I've got a pallet of $3 a day stuff, which Ben says there's some good stuff. So I want to be able to fit that in. This is basically all the open space that I have here. So I'll go through that pallet of $3 a day and prioritize. A lot of it I think will just get downgraded to $2 a day. But we've also got stuff over here. This was the $5 a day pallet. I feel like outside of Christmas, these aren't gonna go for $5, but they'll do well at $3. So a lot of this stuff needs to go out too. So coming back here, it's cleared out nicely. But this pallet is all health and beauty. I'd like to get a lot of that out. Then we get this pallet here, which is $3 a day of stuff. Ben said there's some good stuff in here. Make sure to go through all the boxes. I mean, stuff like this off-brand damp rid, I'm sure will fly out. So we've got this stuff yet. And then all of that is candy. We've got some candy here too. And then this is $1 and $2 a day, so I'm not worrying much about that. I did pull these. I had someone offer me $15 per book for all these, and they'll pay the shipping. So we'll see if that pans out, but that would be awesome. So if that's the case, I'm gonna pull the box from the table. This, I'm just gonna auction what's left. I've got 2 buckets out there, and I'll keep restocking the shelf. But I think there's gonna be a lot left. I'll probably keep 1 or 2 for use around here. The rest will be sent off to be liquidated. And I think it's out here. We've also got what we pulled from Special Buy, the pallet of, I thought it was over here. Here it is. Snow chains. We're just gonna auction this off and hope to get, you know, 500 or $1,000 for the pallet. I mean, if you're going by retail, 10 of those is $1,000, so I think they'll do well. But I'm not gonna auction the tire chains with my own auction, because there is an auction company that I hate, but they really specialize in like industrial type stuff, and I think that pallet would do better. They're even factoring paying them the commission rather than, you know, obviously I wouldn't pay a commission if we're selling it in our own auction. So it's 11 o'clock. My goal is to have this done, ready to go in 3 hours. It's 2 p.m. Because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I want to do, and I would like to buy a couple of storage units, which close tomorrow. I actually just checked. One of them, now that I remember, was canceled. It's not there anymore. So 1 storage unit, but then there's another storage unit that has a camper in it that I think I showed it yesterday, that I'm currently winning. It's up to $1,000 now, which is the max bid that I put in. That doesn't mean I won't go higher, but I cannot buy those units despite the fact that I'm winning both of them, unless we are fully set up, and I get the other projects, some house projects, build construction type projects that need to be done so we can get our houses up for the draft, because the draft is like a month away. And I'm very stressed. We should have had this done 6 months ago. So that is kind of the plan here. So I need to get some serious progress done on that today and tomorrow morning before I can buy those units. So that means I need to get the sale completely set up today, which was very helpful that we stayed late yesterday to get a majority of it done. Here's one of the 2 boxes that he just gave me. It seems like it's all $10 day stuff for the next sale. What in the world? Wooden fake eggs. Interesting. A New Orleans Saints blanket. Some shoes. This is one of those 3D lamps. Some kitchen thing. Basically seems like all $10 day stuff. I'll probably make $100 on this box. So in here, I think these harnesses I can save for a higher dollar day. I could probably get $10 each for them. These little raincoats I'll put out now. This is interesting. It's desert sand. I don't know why that exists, but there's a few of those. What is this? Pet clothes. It's a dog hoodie. So unsure. I might put these out now. Honestly, these dog toys are probably gonna be 5 or 10. What are these? A hamster maze, that's probably 10. This is bird houses, but they're, you know, little wooden ones. I think you're supposed to paint them. Those I can sell now. Dog chain. Dog chain. I might just save all of these for the next sale. What is this? Aquarium heater. I think most of this is between 5 and 10. I don't know if I want to put it up for 3. So I think all of these I'm just gonna save for the next sale. Big bags of mealworms, I'm sure are worth 10. This is some sort of hamster thing. Let's find out. That's a little heater. Probably not anything on eBay, but probably $10 day type stuff. A cat hammock. That one might come home with me. More slow feeders, more mealworms, more birdhouses and sweaters. Don't know what this is. Ceramic dog bowl. It's like the one we looked at earlier. This one we got a bunch of birdhouses, a little jacket, a whole bunch, or a few of these tactical dog harnesses. The birdhouses could go out now. I'll pull one of these out so you can see what it looks like. These are the birdhouses. So they're unfinished wood, so I'm guessing their design probably came out of a craft store to paint. There are 3 of them in each box. These I don't think we'll get $10 for. Probably get more than 3. I wouldn't mind putting them out, but I don't want to have the same stuff in both sales. So I think, especially because we're so loaded down on 3, we'll probably save these for the next sale and put them out for 5. I think that's the plan on these. Here we kind of got the same stuff. Pads. These are the jackets. The dog toys. Here's a different dog toy. Bird houses. So they're all kind of similar. There's probably, 15 different SKUs amongst them. But there are 21 boxes total. I got some here. And then these are the 2 that he just gave me that had other stuff. So 21 plus 2, and I paid $1,500 for it. I think it'll turn out pretty well. It came out to $71 a box, not including those 2. But right here, there's probably 20 of these. That's $200 at $10 each, $100 at 5. Plus you got these. So I think we'll do all right on these. But I think it's stuff that we don't want to put out on $3 day. So we'll just, all of this I'll palletize and we'll shove in the back for June. Now these, I paid $47 per box. And it's nail stuff. Ring pop, this is for, what do I call it, a beauty brush, beauty sponge. We've got nails. We've got nail stickers. nail polish. I think 47 a box is pretty good. This type of nail polish just doesn't do that well. I'm sure we'll sell some, but we'll let it run down till dollar day. I mean, look at how much volume is in here. This box, kind of the same stuff here. And it's all seems to be nail stuff. So I was thinking cosmetics because these beauty sponges, but they're also nail sponges. So we'll put a handful of these boxes out. I guess I won't be filling up the table with them like I had initially planned because they're all very similar. But we'll put, you know, a handful of these boxes out and then see what else we got. I'm so angry. I just filmed probably a 5-minute clip going over all of this stuff. My phone wasn't recording. When I went to end the video, that's when it started recording. So I'm gonna give you the short version. Let me pull this up on my phone. Once again, the guy had the cosmetics, this palette, for sale on Facebook Marketplace for $3,900. It's 4,000. It was originally 39 boxes. I got 42 because he found 3 extra. It was 4,584 pieces across those 39 boxes, and he was originally selling them for $100 per box. Boxes have over 100 pieces in each box. MSRP of $46,000 with price ranges retail from $5.99 to $12.99. He sent me a manifest. I never look at manifests. Anyways, I paid $47 a box. At 100 pieces per box, my cost is 47 cents each. My long drawn out thing, I was basically saying these, we sold on $5 a day before, so after 3, maybe after 2, whatever's left up here, we'll start pulling these and just doing the nail polish. We may even pull these multi-pack sets and just do the individual bottles. We'll play it by ear and see how it sells. Unknown if I will have boxes like this left over after this sale is over, and if we do, if we're gonna have it in the next sale or save it for Christmas, we'll probably save it for Christmas. But that's about it. 30-second clip. I'm sure there's other things that I said that probably will be relevant that I completely forgot about. And later, I'm gonna say, well, like I said earlier, such and such and this and that, and I said it to a camera that wasn't even recording. So that's fun. This has happened to me before, but usually it's a much shorter clip. Although it has happened in more annoying ones where I can't just refilm it, like finding something at Goodwill and then suddenly, oh, I wasn't recording that and I'm already out of the store and own the thing. I tore apart this $3 a day palette. Most of this stuff either won't go out until a lower dollar day or we can restock them as, you know, not the highest of priority. But I got all of this, which can go out, you know, boxes of scunchy stuff, you know, cosmetic, health and beauty type items. Oh, there's a lot of face masks in here. I thought this was all feminine products. The feminine products will go out, the face masks probably not. Makeup remover, and it's L'Oreal, I might look that up, but, and then there's probably 4 or 5 boxes of feminine products in here. There's a couple other boxes of decent stuff. So all of this we need to fit out there. I laid these out so I could count them. I got 201 copies. So that'll be $3,015 if this deal goes through. Much better than the $404 I would get. They all sold in the sale. Or $808 that I would get on eBay after shipping and fees. Much better. It really makes me feel bad because I sold probably 50 of them already in the sale. And then between the ones on eBay and the sale last time we had some in, probably another at least 50. So that'll be another 100 copies or $1,500, and I probably got, I don't know, $200 for them maybe, 250 tops. That kind of hurts a little bit. But I'm okay with that, simply because assuming this goes through, that'll be a lot more than I was expecting to get. Better to find out now than when I've got like 6 copies left. Now this person hasn't responded back. yet, so we'll see if this happens, but I've got 3 or 4 other people who seem pretty interested. A price hasn't been made yet. I just kind of put make me an offer on there, and he said 15 bucks each, and he will pay the shipping. So maybe that's what other people would pay too. I don't know. This is funny. It's the same exact brand. This came on the stuff I bought today. This came on the Walgreens pallets. Cosmetics in the front here are all done. These, I put 8 boxes of the stuff I just got. Got some Walgreens stuff, liquids. We've got a lot of this. I think we've got, this is 1 box. I think we've got 2 or 3 more in the back. Feminine products I tucked in here where I could. I condensed this down a little bit. I don't want to box it up because it looks so nice, but I'm sure by the end of the day tomorrow, what's left here will just be boxed up. But it created space for 3 more health HPA boxes. We've got so many more. Grocery is all done. You kind of saw all of that, and that stops right here. And the rest of this is candy. Man, these pictures are gonna look so good. So I just have this area here yet. This is just going to be other stuff. I should be, and then I gotta clean all of the cardboard trimmings and empty boxes off the floor. And then we will be ready to go. Oh, and put $3 a day signs up. And then we'll be ready to go. It's 20 minutes to 2. My hope is to be out of here by 2, but I did sit down and eat lunch. I wasn't planning on eating. I was gonna eat after I left at 2. So if I'm here till 2:30, that's not that big of a deal because I've already eaten. So I think I should be on schedule here. I should be out of here by 2:30, I think. So part one went online today, and someone suggested for the candy corn to ask ChatGPT what to do with it. So I simply said, I have thousands of bags of candy corn. They don't really sell all that well. What are some good creative ways I can get rid of it? Let's see. Bake with it. Candy corn. Okay, this was way too much for that. I don't like any of these answers. Start a social media challenge. Sell at a discount. Tried that. Host a candy corn contest. Most of these are like if you've got a couple of bags, not, 10,000 bags. That wasn't very helpful. But there was another question on there. I already answered in the comments, but someone asked, with all the consignor inventory coming in for the auction, how do I manage it all? How do I know whose is whose and what is what and what goes where? It's simple. So when consignor stuff comes in, it either goes on a pallet like this or it'll go on these shelves or these shelves. We got shelves all over here. And the way we keep track of it now, I just remember whose stuff is on what shelf. But I'm not the only one here, and I might forget or something. So each box gets an inventory number. This is the consignor's unique number. And we usually keep 1 shelf, 1 consignor. So this consignor has this shelf and that shelf and these 2 pallets. This consignor has this shelf. This consignor has all of these shelves. We're not going to put 2 or 3 consignors on 1 shelf, typically. So it's all got the numbers. Is just an internal number that tells us what the consignor is, just a regular tag gun. And this is also the number that we have like in the system related to that consignor. Now this is one where this person dropped off 4 boxes. It's all the Star Wars black figures. And there's lots of extra shelf left. So we may put another consignor on there. And what we'll do is we'll put a like flattened box between them so we can easily identify whose is what. But since each box and each loose item has this consignor number on it, we're able to find it even if it gets moved or mixed together. And what we tell that we just give the price, we set the number in the price gun and give it to the customer and tell them, put it on every box or every loose item. Some customers will open the boxes and put it on the items inside, which isn't necessary. But generally, like loose stuff that doesn't fit in a box or stuff that might just be sitting on its own. Now, once we process it and start taking the pictures and sorting it for auction, we'll do 1 consignor at a time. And then each lot gets this inventory tag, and this tells us what auction it's in and what the lot number is. And then in the system, this lot number will be attached to that consignor in this auction. Obviously, the auction is going to have, a title, but it will have the number in our internal system. So in auction number 339, this is lot number 92. We'll be able to see the pictures of it to verify it's the right item. We'll be able to see the title of the item, all the information, and we'll have the consignor's number, their name, their contact info, everything right on that one page. So I'll show you what that looks like. Obviously for privacy reasons, I'm not going to show actual customer stuff, but stuff that we have. The model train inventory was mine. So if I do auction lots here, I can see all of them here. And then this is the consignor number. The stuff owned by the business is C01, so it's a shorter consignor number. The other ones will be like C1189 or whatever. And then when I click an item here, it's going to show me who owns it. It's going to have the consignor number, the title, the description. I can click images and get the images here. So it's got all of that info all in one place here. Now, if I click that, it has, normally it would have the name, address, phone number in here. It's not necessary since we're not mailing checks to ourselves or anything, but this will also show me all of the items that this person has in this particular auction. It's got the lot number and everything there. We can see what the commission is. There's 100% commission here because the business owns it. You'd think 0% commission would make the most sense, but then we actually have to pay the business. And since the business owns it, 100% commission, the business retains it. On other consignors, all right, so I've got this, I'm hiding, this is an actual consignor, so I'm hiding the name. But on commission, you can see it's a sliding scale. So the more it sells for, the lower the percentage is. Buyback is, we don't do buybacks. Their buyer account is separate from their seller account. They have to pay the same commission if they buy an item back. Balance detail, it shows all the info here. This item sold for $400. Our commission was $80. This item sold for $195. The commission's $39. And then the full balance summary here. The total sales price minus our commission. That's what's due to the consignor. This would be if we added other costs. Some auction companies will do like a per lot fee or an advertising fee or something like that. You would find that here, and that has the final balance. We don't charge any fees other than the commission, so it's just the percentage right here. Now I know people are going to be asking what software that is. It's Auction Flex, and it's very expensive. We pay a monthly fee, which varies from month to month, but generally it's about $1,000 a month. But it's a very sophisticated software, and that includes pushing it to the website, and all of that includes the website, the whole shebang. The reason it's a little sliding is because we pay, I think it's up to 2% now. When we initially signed up, they didn't take any percentage. Now I think they take 2% of the sales, which is annoying, but what can you do? It's good for the lower volume people who don't move a lot. 2% isn't going to hurt as much as the higher volume people. And there are people much higher volume than me who will sell, $300,000-$400,000 a month in their auction because they're doing like heavy equipment and stuff like that. That probably hurts them a lot. And then we also pay, it's 25 cents per unique bid, but it caps at $75. We always hit that cap. So $75 per auction. So that, how many auctions we do? If we just do 4 that month, that's $300. If we did 5 that month, it's $375. So that can vary. And then we pay $1 per credit card authorization. Every person who signs up to register to bid, their credit card is authorized once every 6 months to make sure it's still a good card. And we can set that to whatever we want. We can have it authorize the card every single auction or never authorize it. Basically, it charges the customer $1 and then refunds that $1 to them. Well, it costs us $1 to do that, which is why I have it at, I think it's 6 months. I might have it at 3 months. But basically, it will try and make sure people's credit cards are good before they're allowed to bid. So usually there's, $20-$30 worth in each auction for that. And then we pay a monthly fee. There's like a whole breakdown of fees. But anyways, it usually averages to about $1,000 a month. I've had people say, well, you can just have someone make you a software for less than that. There are a lot of benefits to this software, so I'm happy paying it. I'm willing to pay it. Happy is not really the best way to put it, but so anyways, that is how we keep track of everything around here as far as consignor inventory. And of course, we don't do consignment on eBay or in the sale. Sometimes Cristiano will give me something to sell and I'll put it in the sale. And if I see, put it on $10 day and it's gone at the end of $10 day, I'll just pay her $10 for it. Or she'll give me stuff once in a while to put on eBay. Kind of the same thing. I'll just pay her when it sells. But it's like, you know, 1 or 2 items every few months. You know, we don't do consignment in those ways. I've had people ask to consign inventory to the warehouse sales, and there's just no way to keep track of it. Tim did give me a bunch of saws once, which we put special buy. So special buy stuff is a little bit easier, but they were power saws. They were brand new that he picked up on clearance at Home Depot. I did those on consignment. We just worked out a deal, and since it's special buy, you can see the total that it all sold for pretty easily. But stuff that's going on the tables, I've had people ask to consign stuff, and basically I give them 2 options. I will buy it from you up front, or we won't. We'll just auction it. And there have been times where we auctioned it and then I bought it and put it in the sale. There were times where we auctioned it and I intended to do that and it went for way more than I was willing to spend. So it really varies, but I'm usually pretty upfront with how that works. So yeah, that answers that question. I'm just procrastinating my work because apparently I don't want to go home and, you know, get stuff done there. So I really don't. I'm exhausted. Oh, I did pull these. These didn't sell. 2 sets of those, and then this pan. We're just going to auction them. I'm not going to let them go for 3. I really don't know why this didn't sell. I had 3 of them. They were all slightly different. Like, I think there was a rectangular one, a larger oval one, and a smaller oval one. And the first 2 sold, I think, on $10 day, and this just sat. And so many times I found it open. But I even gave it to Mitch. I said, can you find out why people aren't buying this? It's not scratched up or chipped or anything. I don't know why people keep taking it out of the box and changing their mind. It's exactly what's pictured on the box. So it's not like they pull it out and it's not what they were expecting. So I don't know what the deal is here. And then these plates are really surprising me that these, I thought for sure these would sell on $10 day, and they didn't. So I'm just gonna put them in the auction, and when we do the storage unit video, this is from the Green Bay unit, which will be coming up shortly after the sale. You'll see what those sold for. I had to clear this area because the cleaning crew's coming tonight, but that's 21 boxes of pet stuff, and then there and right behind it, the 2 extra boxes. This will get tucked away for June. All right, we're all set to go. I'll do one quick walkthrough here for you before we close out this video. These are just pallets. Now, you notice the pallets are a lot lower. We pulled all the $10 day stuff out. And put it out on $10 day. But rather than continuing to sort for lower dollar days, other than $10 stuff, this is everything else. And, you know, the things that we pulled for eBay and whatnot. Not whatnot. eBay and other sites. Whatnot, for instance. I'm used to just saying and whatnot, but because whatnot is the name of a website now, that gets confusing. When I say and whatnot, I probably don't mean the app Whatnot. Although I do plan on doing a stream on there again at some point. That's not what I'm talking about here. So anyways, the stuff we pulled out for eBay, for the auction, for other streams of sale. Over here, we've got the candy. I think, have you seen how much this stuff is in the store? Like $7-8 for a bag like this. I think this candy is going to do really well. And we go all the way down to here where the grocery starts. Oreos. Mitch said these are his favorite Oreos, but these are like the vegetables of Oreos. Oh, the pumpkin pie one, I might have to try that one. These are like, oh, they're terrible. We've got cereal here. We've got more Oreos and almonds and all sorts of different stuff in here. Most of this came from Walgreens. There's a few things like this soda that came on the Amazon pallet. This sea moss gel. I thought it was gravy at first. That came from Amazon, but most of this came out of Walgreens. More grocery through here. The feminine products, the shoes, this was the 2 Amazon pallets we had up here. We just combined them into one. So there's probably other stuff mixed in there too. Over here, we've got liquids, cosmetics, feminine products down there. We still have the same special buy stuff up here that we did. Oh, I don't know if I showed you. These I put out. I got 300 of these with those. So we're just doing them at $1 each. I don't know if they'll sell. We'll see how they do. As this clears out, I'm sure on Wednesday at some point we'll just put everything that's left in a box and put more of these boxes up here with the vitamins and supplements and stuff. More feminine products there. We still have some blinds, more feminine products. Oh, I thought we sold a bunch of these on $10 day. I would have thought The last of them would have gone on $5 because we found a bunch more and put them out on $5 a day. Still, nobody bought the hazardous waste stickers. I thought someone would find it hilarious and do something with them. Just odds and ends stuff. More stuff through here. Finally getting rid of these. We got these a couple sales ago, and I always remember to put a couple of them out on $10 a day, but then I forget about them the rest of the sale. And that same thing happened here. We're just getting rid of them. More stuff through here. Some toys and mixed items and snacks. And then over here, we've got just more. A lot of this was originally $5 a day stuff. We've got toothpaste here. Walgreens stuff used to have like just a ton of this type of stuff. Health and beauty stuff. It seems like it was mostly Halloween and Halloween candy this time. What's this? Home Life? I think that's what that says, Home Life. I don't know. So that kind of hurt us a little bit this time, but we'll be okay, I think. But anyways, that is where... I guess there's more here. The degreaser, we sold a few of them on $5 a day. Like, the table got cleared off, and then we restocked it, and no other ones sold. So it might have just been one person. We had these for $5 on special buy in the last sale, and there were just a few left. But this is where we're at. This is where I'm going to leave you. I already posted an ad on our Facebook page and on Marketplace with these pictures. The weather's going to be terrible, which normally will deter sales. I think with what we have here, that'll draw people in. I mean, you've been to the grocery store. You know how much food costs. $3 a piece for this food? Slam dunk. But anyways, that's all I've got for this one. Don't forget to join me for part 3, which is going to come up probably next week from when you're watching this video, because I'm anticipating this video will be up. People on Patreon will see it probably tomorrow when I get it uploaded. That's another perk for Patreon. The people that get the daily videos, or better, daily videos and postcards, will get... If I happen to edit a video and upload it early, I will upload it unlisted so they can see it first. Usually I don't do that, but every so often I'll get in a kick where some videos are getting uploaded early, especially if I have a bunch of videos. And obviously it's Monday. And since I just had a video, part 1 of the sale launched today, part 2 of the sale will probably be either late this week or early next week. I might do late this week. Maybe I'll launch this one Thursday. But Patreon people will see it as soon as I get it edited, so probably tomorrow. Anyways, so if this is going up Thursday-ish of this week, part 3 should be ready to go Monday, Tuesday of next week, I think is the plan. All right, that's all I got. I will see you guys in the next one.